Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast.
I'm here with.
I'm Coach Hagstrom. I'm the girls and boys varsity weightlifting coach here at FPC.
So how long have you been doing weightlifting for?
I've been coaching weightlifting for 30 years. This is my 30th year.
30 years? Okay. So like, out of all 30 years, like, you enjoy it? Do you like it?
I love it still.
You love it?
Yeah, I've coached a lot of different sports. I've coached football, I've coached track, I've coached golf. And I stopped coaching all those sports because I kind of lost passion for it, but I haven't lost the passion for weightlifting yet.
All right, so I know the girls' season's coming up. How do you feel about it?
I feel very good about this season. We've got the largest group of girls that we've ever had, that I've ever had in the 30 years of coaching, and they've been working hard. We've been training pretty much nonstop since the summer, and I'm excited about the possibilities this year.
So I heard you guys did a couple of AAU meets over the summer. How did those go?
Yeah, we I try to get the kids involved in the summertime just to kind of keep them motivated, because it's, you know, training all summer without really getting to display what you're training for is kind of boring. So a couple of years ago we got involved in AAU, and we try to do as many meets as we can over the summer. I think we competed in maybe 3 or 4, and we just finished off the summer campaign with the AAU state championships, which we won. Both the girls and the boys won the state championship.
So overall, like, AAU, how did it go, like, performing, the girls, the boys?
I mean, we perform well. I don't really coach as hard in the summertime because I'm just trying to let them have fun. But I mean, they did. I mean, obviously well enough to win. Now moving forward into the actual high school girls season, things are going to get a little more, fine-tuned and really trying to hone our skills. And I'm probably going to be on them a little bit more than what they're used to over the summer.
Oh man!
I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, as you guys know, weightlifting. So I'm curious, EMONs. There's a lot of people asking around. People hear about it around the school. EMONs for workouts.
Oh yeah. Every minute on the minute. So we do that, and usually in the beginning of our training cycle, at the beginning of the season, and it's more just to build conditioning, get people, in a rhythm of doing things quickly without a lot of rest. It's not very popular. Most people don't like it because by the end of the workout they're dead, but I feel like it's a necessary part of what we do, and I feel like it benefits over time. I mean, we don't do it for the entire season. It's just usually at the beginning of each training cycle. So for maybe 2 or 3 weeks in the beginning of the season, 2 or 3 weeks in the middle of the season, a couple times a week. Yeah, it's not the greatest.
It's okay.
So for those that don't know what an EMOM is, it's you pick one exercise, and it's usually just one repetition. So let's say we're doing clean and jerk. I set a clock for 10 minutes, and every minute on the minute, you do 1 rep. So depending on the weight, it could be 80%, 90%, whatever. 1 rep, wait till the minute hits again, do another rep, and then for 10 minutes straight. And then we usually do that for 2 different exercises.
Yeah. Well, I love them. Actually, I feel like we benefit from them. Like, constantly doing the weight, I feel like the more time we do it the way, it's like our numbers go higher. I would say we benefit from it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I really like about it is it kind of takes the thinking out of it, because you're more focused on getting the rep done under the time than you are thinking about the things that normally get in the way of a lift, like you're overthinking stuff. You're just like kind of forced into the moment and just kind of go, instead of just, like in a meet situation where you're standing around for 30 minutes and you're like thinking about the lift. You kind of get a chance to talk yourself into or out of some certain things.
So how would you say, like, I've heard like they call you guys, like, you guys are all family, like girls and the boys, like, all together. How would you describe like the team, like, in general?
Yeah, we have a very unique situation here. I mean, I know it goes on at a few other select schools where the girls coach is also the boys coach. But for the last 15 or 20 years here, we've not really treated it as two different teams. We just kind of treated it as one team. So our girls and boys train together every day. Usually when the girls' season starts, we kind of separate a little bit to give the coaches the individual time to work with that particular, set of girls or that set of boys.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it builds a unique dynamic. The girls are very supportive of the boys are very supportive of the girls, and I think it's necessary because anybody that's ever been in a meet type situation knows that it's a difficult situation to run a meet, and the fact that we've got everybody on board to help out, it makes things a lot easier for everybody.
Okay, so you guys have your mock meet coming up, right? The mock meet's up first, and then you guys have Leesburg.
Yeah, so we the girls' season officially starts on October 6th. We'll train for a week, and then the following week we have our mock meet. It's just an opportunity for everybody to kind of get to display what they've trained so hard for in the preseason. Be like the first time we've really hit any true competition maxes all together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more for the new people, to give them that unstressful situation of having to deal with the crowd and other teams, and we use it as kind of a learning process to walk them through the process of how a meet works, like checking in, timing their warm-ups correctly, how they're going to be judged. It just kind of gives them some exposure so they're not just kind of first meet, let to the wolves, and then they're like in, deer in the headlights and kind of freaking out.
Well, nerve-wracking.
It is. And then we are going to go to Leesburg for a preseason invitational the following week. And then after that, it's season's on. It's pretty much every Wednesday from then until February.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot, but it's going to be here quick, and it's going to be over quick. It tends to fly by.
So if someone was here asking to join weightlifting, or they want to try it, like, how would you encourage them? And then how would you, I know some girls out here, they get nervous because, it also applies to, weight and stuff like that. How would you, describe it to them, encourage them to try it?
Well, the first thing is just showing up. I get a lot of kids that come and ask me or tell me they're interested in doing it, and my response is always, come give it a shot. You might come in and you may say on the first day, I don't like it, and if you don't like it, no hard feelings, then you go your own way. But I think with the group that we have and having such a large group, I think some people think that might be intimidating, but I feel like it's almost more inviting because they're not in the spotlight. Or if there was only 10 girls in there and they came in, they would be all eyes on one person. Mm-hmm. They can kind of hide in the shadows a little bit more when they're new.
Yeah.
And it gives them an opportunity to kind of interact with the other girls and guys. And but typically, if somebody comes and tries it, very seldom do we have somebody that comes in for 1 or 2 days and like, I don't like this anymore. Which usually they stick around.
That's good. Yeah, I heard that a lot of people they're encouraged to join it, but they're also scared because it's not intimidating, but then they see people in their weight class and they get intimidated by it. I know. Yeah, well, that's everybody. Especially as freshmen coming in, if they walk in the weight room the first day and they see, a girl clean and jerking 200 pounds or a boy that's, throwing up 300 plus pounds, that can be intimidating. But we try to encourage them and let them know that, those individuals didn't start that way. We all started from the same place. It takes time. I always used to say to the kids, unless you were born a superhero, nobody was born strong. Everybody has to work for it. So, but I can see that. It can be intimidating for a new person to come in and see some crazy lifts being done. So how would you, the girls, all as a family, how would you kind of describe them as girls? I know you got the boys who are sometimes a lot excited, and then you have the girls, two different personalities, kind of how would you describe the girls and boys? Honestly,
I feel very fortunate because I know that not everybody likes each other and not everybody gets along, but I think that the girls and boys, for that matter, understand that when we're in the weight room, it doesn't matter if we don't like each other, we're all going to get along. We don't really have drama that I know of, and if I find out about it, I usually can handle it pretty easily. And, I personally, and the boys are probably not going to like that I say this, but I like coaching girls a lot better. I enjoy it. Girls don't tend to have egos.
Yeah,
And the boys tend to kind of already think they know everything, and the girls are more coachable.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think the girls are tougher. I think when it comes down to it, the girls are, in a lot of ways, they're tougher than the boys. So it makes, for me, and coaching girls is really enjoyable. I like it a lot.
I heard like at state, you guys, what was the percentage for girls and boys at the end?
Oh, you're talking about the AAU state championship?
Yeah.
So for those that are watching, I'm a big numbers person, obviously, because I'm a math teacher as well, but I keep track of every made lift, missed lift, and I break it down into percentages, and I think, I can't remember the exact number, but I think the girls ended up hitting like 80% of their lifts, and the boys were at like 65 or something. So in that sense, the girls definitely outperformed the boys at the state championship, yeah.
That's a good thing that you can both coach girls and boys, though, that you enjoy it. So you've been doing this for 30 years. Before you started weightlifting, did you do it like by yourself? Like, did you compete?
So my background, it's a kind of a crazy story how it all came about. So I started lifting when I was in high school, when I was about 14. Had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have the fortunate chance to have a strength coach, or all my football coaches were, I guess, considered my strength coaches.
Yeah.
But none of them knew anything about weightlifting. They just basically opened the weight room door and said, here, go at it. When I was about 6 months after I started, when I was 14, one of my football buddies had a coach that lived in DeLand, and he was actually one of the first weightlifting coaches to ever be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
We went to his house and trained in his garage. And he taught me everything that I knew at the time about how to bench press, how to clean, how to squat, and stuff like that. He became a mentor to me. He was actually the person that started the sport that we currently do in the state of Florida. His name was Bill Bradford, and kind of became a mentor to me as a young person. And then I went away to college and played football, and of course in football and college you're lifting a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was always involved in the weight room. So when I graduated and got my first teaching job, I obviously wanted to coach. And football was kind of my passion, but an opportunity came along to coach girls weightlifting, actually. And I jumped all over it, and here we are 30 years later, and I feel like it was a really cool experience to have Mr. Bradford be a mentor to me and be the first guy to ever get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then I'm in the same Hall of Fame that he's in, so that's kind of a special thing for me.
That's good. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. Next up will be Coach Kenny.
Coach Kenny, one of the assistants for weightlifting, boys and girls.
All right, guys, so today we're just going to talk about what he coaches and how he coaches and stuff. So how long have you been coaching for the FPC?
Man, seems like it's been forever because I've been here with my oldest one. In total, I've been in the program for at least 7, almost 8 years. And then actually coaching, I am going on my 5th year, I believe.
Okay, so how do you would explain the coaching? Like, do you feel comfortable here at FPC and working with the students and the coaches?
Yeah, being with the kids is absolutely amazing. No, being with the kids is absolutely amazing. I love being around them. Some of them are big time knuckleheads.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. A lot of them take the criticism, take the coaching, and ride with it. Those are the best moments I have.
So have you only coached weightlifting, or have you coached other sports before?
Man, I've coached softball, weightlifting, volleyball, a little bit of gymnastics, more assisting in gymnastics than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could get my hands on a sport, I'd definitely coach it if I can. It's all about the kids, honestly.
So you like doing the coaching for the kids?
Yeah.
So that's what inspires you to continue to coach?
What got me started was being with my actual kids.
Mm-hmm.
Any sport that they are in, I try to get involved. Maybe a little too much sometimes, but hey, it's just I do what I can because they're my kids. So if I can help out as much as I can, if they want me to be a cheerleader, that's what stopped me from coaching weightlifting earlier because my oldest one did want me to coach. So I was just a cheerleader. And then once she graduated, I talked to Coach Ekstrom and I asked him if he needed help because he was doing it a lot by himself. So I was like, hey, you need assistance? He didn't hesitate. He was like, yes. And after that one, I haven't looked back.
Have you done like weightlifting as a sport, or have you like done anything like similar to weightlifting when you're younger or even older?
This style of weightlifting, I've never done. I've done, your traditional bodybuilding weightlifting, moving weights, trying to get in shape as much as possible. But this style of Olympic weightlifting, I've never done myself. So it was a big time learning experience. I've even was learning from the veteran kids that was here. It's truly a lesson that I have to learn. And I'm still learning it.
Did it like feel weird, like coming into something you didn't really coach before and having to learn from maybe like students who've been there for 4 years and another coach?
Honestly, no. A lot of the time, my first time coaching, I sat back a lot. And I waited until Coach Ekstrom felt comfortable enough for me to be like, go ahead, I trust you. I'm like, bet, let's go ahead. And I did a lot of studying. If I don't know something, if anybody don't know something, study it. Find out. There's plenty of research out there. If you want to be the best, start learning.
So, you have a daughter, right, who does weightlifting?
Two. One stopped doing weightlifting. The other one I have first senior year now.
Right. So how does it feel coaching? Like you said, you've always like coached, kind of like been an assistant coach or even coach for your children. How does that feel? How does it feel for your kids?
Oh my God, I'd rather coach other people's kids, hands down over my kids.
Okay.
It just, how would you honestly feel if your dad was here watching you?
That would be weird. I'm not gonna lie, it would be weird. It would be weird.
But it honestly brings me closer, and I get to spend time. It just, unfortunately, there's a lot of children or a lot of parents that don't have this opportunity because they're always working. It just, we have to do what we have to do. So I cherish every moment that I can. And if she allows me to actually help her, it's great. So I always end up sending one of the other coaches to go help her because it does bring you kind of uncomfortable. Makes you nervous because dad's watching or mom's watching. So it's easier seeing another coach. So I stand back, but every once in a while I'll give her that nods up, give her the tell her, hey, good job. I don't want to embarrass her in front of all her friends, but it's still my kid.
So how does it feel knowing that you kind of like raise these kids throughout high school with weightlifting and then they eventually have to leave to go to college or do something more? How does it feel to know those kids are leaving, like your daughter who's a senior?
It's a really happy feeling, especially when you see the changes that happen throughout the 4 years, or 2 years, or 3 years, whatever time they end up deciding to come in. I don't do it just for the sport. I do it because I truly do feel like there's a calling for me to be out here with you guys and be a mentor. Be a positive mentor as much as I can because there's so much negative going on in this world. So it makes me so happy when I can make a change in someone's kid's life. Because the sport, it happens, right? Nobody's really going to, when you're 30, 40 years old, there's not many times you're going to be like, hey, remember when I was 16? And I was doing, it's like, yeah, congratulations, But it's just the changes we can make in somebody's future, that's the success that I want. Because it's not just about coaching. Yes, we're having a good thing, but I'm always going to be a father first. Always. So it makes me feel happy when some of the kids could actually come up to me and talk to me other than weightlifting. But it makes me feel good seeing that success. Because your success is showing up mine, and I love it.
Yeah. So is your weightlifting team a family? Would you say they're a big family? They stay like they're close to each other. They help each other when they need that help.
This year, honestly, has been one of the most eye-opening years. Biggest team we've had with, again, I've been in the sport for 7 years. This has probably been the biggest overall squad that we had, boys and girls. And after football, it's supposed to be growing a lot more. So that's incredible, and I absolutely love it because weightlifting needs the acknowledgement because these kids put in so much damn work and they don't get the treatment that they should. So this year is incredible. I see so much potential in so many. But again, as a coach, I can see it. It's up to the athletes to be able to see it and perform that way too.
That's good. So if there is someone like a senior or junior, any year of high school, or even someone coming into high school, how would you encourage them to come join if they're scared, or at least say, I don't know if I'm in the, my weight, or how much can I lift? Like, how would you make them feel comfortable coming into that weight room? Because it is a whole different experience with a lot of people who lift a lot of weights, and you're lifting only maybe 50, 40 pounds, or even the bar sometimes.
Golly, it's so intimidating. Like, I go in there sometimes and I see some of the boys lifting some of the weights, and I feel like, damn. It's incredible. It's admiring. It is a gut check. Be like, man, this little 16-year-old kid is moving this way, and I'm over here like, I better step up my game. But that's what I love about it. It really puts us all in check on what we can do. But why not try it? You'll never know. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I wish. Don't wish about it, be about it. That's just it. Be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Know that with time, you will get to where it is. Understand that everybody starts at the PVC pipe. Everybody starts there. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care who you are. You will start at that PVC pipe. We want to teach technique. We want you to be able to do this for 4 years and not be hurt. Yes, it's going to hurt, but we want anything serious. We want you to survive for 4 years. Because like I said earlier today, your success is my success. And if you're hurt, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
But try it. Do it. Be comfortable in the uncomfortable. And know that when that time comes, that weight, the strength will be there. But give it time. If you ask any of the kids in there in that weight room, they'll tell you they were nothing like they are now from when they started. It's consistency. Once they continue doing what they're doing, you're just going to see the results. And that's what is amazing about it. We put in so much work every single day in that weight room for just a few minutes on a platform. And that's where it should be the most fun. And I try to tell people that so much. All the hard work is done in the weight room during practice. That's where you get all your aggravation out. That's where you get just all the technique out, trying to get everything polished there, just so you can go and spend, well, honestly, 10 minutes on a platform and do the best that you can. Like I said, all the hard work is in the weight room. The platform is where you show off. Show off and then get that really nice medal at the end of the day. I see a lot of things should be, don't worry about everybody else. Don't. The minute you start worrying about other people's numbers, what other people could lift, I didn't get first, I didn't get second. Challenge yourself on what you can do. If you could only do 25 pounds now, do 30 pounds next time. That's a success. If you don't see that as success, you need to bring yourself back down and see those little success until you get that big one.
Yeah, so I know there's some weightlifting coaches who only care about weight. Would you say your school, like your weightlifting, is more technique, or I just want to get more of that weight on there and get those numbers up high?
That number doesn't matter to us. Absolutely not. It's all about technique. If you go to any other school that you see us, we get complimented. FPC holds a reputation. We have a standard like no other. It's tough, but that's the type of kids we want. We don't want kids that just come in here, play around. No, we mean business. We really do. And technique is everything for us. We show off, even though our numbers might not be the best or the biggest, but I promise you, there is no other school that's going to out-technique us. None.
That's good.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. And that says a lot about the coaches. Because if the coaches could get to the kids to be able to do this, that's amazing. It's about the performing. It's about being there every day. It's about the commitment. It's about being prepared. And that's what a fantastic thing about Coach Ekstrom is. That man loves his numbers. And when it comes to the percentages and what we need to do, he is a genius when it comes to that one. And imagine trying to teach 70 kids at one time. It's almost impossible, but that man has done it so many times. And I'm glad that I'm in that type of environment to be able to help out something like this one. Because one person has a certain kind of way, and you bring other people around you with that same type of mentality, same success mode, you're going to bring different ideas, different motives, different ways of teaching. Because a lot of these kids are different kind of kids, so we have to find ways to coach different kind of ways. So I think that he made a really good planning on who he has around as the coaches.
Alright, so as being part of the team, been hearing some rumors around mostly the girls. Have you heard that some girls wanna, because you're bald, right? So
I like to shave my head.
Alright, so some people have been asking if they can bedazzle your head. Would you do it?
So when it comes to, okay, some of the freshman girls that came in already asked me this.
Oh God.
And my deal was, you make it a States and you can bedazzle everything on my head. All the way down to the beard, you can glitter up the beard and bedazzle the head.
Okay.
Make it a States. If those girls make it a States, I have that deal with them.
Okay.
So again, this kind of goes back on like finding different ways to encourage, to make things.
Make them want it.
Yes, because it's all fun and games, but once you do things every single day at the same thing over and over, it kind of gets a little boring and you lose focus on the big picture. So if we could get little incentives here and there, hey, what's a little bedazzle on the head? Why not?
How about like your sophomores or juniors if they made a bet with you?
Well, none of them has come up to me and asked.
Okay, so how about we act it out? Let's say like a couple of us juniors or sophomores make it a States.
A couple of juniors and sophomores.
Or maybe like just a good number in general. Like let's say.
That is true, because the last few times, I think, we maybe had 4 or 5 kids make it to
Okay, let's say
States.
10 or 15.
If we could take a team, to States, when I say a team, I'm talking about at least 10 to 15 girls. I'm saying girls because you're on that team.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Because I promise you, if we take 10, 15, we're going to have the best time, and I promise you we're bringing home a banner, some trophies for the team championship. That's the only way we're going to win it, is with the team. And yes, you can bedazzle the hell out of that if you guys make it.
I understood that. Alright, so I know some people say weightlifting is like when you get on that platform, you kind of like, it's just you. With other sports, you're working with teammates.
Mm-hmm.
How would you explain that weightlifting is not a solo ride? It is a team effort thing. You can't just win it by yourself. You can win it with other people.
It's kind of tough because it is a 50-50. It is 50% by yourself and it is 50% team-wise. Yes, you want to do the best that you can, but doing the best that you can is helping out the team. Because the more that you can do, the more that you show up, put in the work, get on that platform, do exactly what you did during practice, because you don't do anything you haven't done before.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely helps out the team. So helping yourself is helping the team. And bringing that attitude on helping out the team. Lifting is majority of it. Of being there for your team, cheering, clapping, yelling, acting crazy, makes things so much more relaxed and amps you up. But just imagine trying to do your max PR in the library. Quiet as can be.
God.
You know, you can hear every creak there is. It's dreadful.
Yeah.
But when you have your team behind you screaming, going crazy, it amps you up. So the better that you can do, it definitely helps out with the team.
That's good. So when is your guys' weightlifting meet? Like season actual start, and when is your guys' first meet?
Jeez, I'm awful with dates. But our season starts in October. We have a mock meet that's going to be able to show off on what we've been doing the past few months.
Mm-hmm.
And come October, I believe it's 13th, we have our mock meet, and I am excited to see what everybody does. Because I know there's so many people that have been putting in a lot of work, and because we have such a big group, it's going to be such a battle for who's going to be putting on that varsity jersey, and I can't wait to see. I am excited to see what comes out of that day.
So would you say that it's like, so weight classes, let's hop into that. When you have multiple people in a weight class, what would you, I guess, hey.
I'm gonna join this interview now.
Okay, so with weight classes, like, I know it's hard when you have multiple people in the weekend. Like me, I only have one person, but as we'll say for Nevaeh, when you have to fight for that varsity spot, do you think kids get down on that? Do you think they like lose hope? They're like, oh, this person's been here for 4 years and they lift maybe 50 more or 100 more pounds than me. How do you encourage someone to continue to go even if they know or if they don't know that they can still make that varsity or still be able to get on that platform?
It's definitely a big time mentality check. At the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody stronger than you. Put in the work. You never know. Just put in the work. Because if somebody's lifting more than you, see what they're doing. Because I promise you, they're not just sitting there just doing the regular old practice and here and there.
Yeah.
They're going home. They're doing their stretches. They're doing everything that they have to do. If you look at any professional athlete, I promise you, practice isn't the only time they do their sport.
Yeah.
They sleep. They dream it. They wake up. They're doing it. That's all they can do. And that's how you see champions right there. Put in that extra work. Unfortunately, there's a lot of quick mentalities. I want something now. If I don't have it now, I don't want it. And that's not what this sport's about. This sport is a long time coming. You get better and better every single day that you get in. And if you're not showing up, how do you expect to be better?
Yeah.
And I promise you, those people that show up, do what they need to do, be truthful in what they're doing, because they're only going to be lying to themselves. I promise you, those people are the ones that are going to go. And I love having multiple people in the same weight class because it makes you fight. It makes you push yourself more than what you actually thought you can do. And then when you finally get to do it, you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Exactly. That's the point that we're trying to prove. Push yourself. Be better than what you are. I can't want it more than you. Because I promise you, I want it really bad. If you could match my enthusiasm and my excitement and my drive for it, I promise you, nothing's going to stop you. You just keep pushing. Be the best that you can. You might not be the best one this year. Doesn't mean you stop. Push it. We have a whole nother season to get back at it. Be better. Be better than what you were yesterday. And if you could do that one, it's a successful day.
How would you explain it to have siblings on the team? Like us two. How would you? Because I of course I didn't join my freshman year or my sophomore year, and I just joined. Especially with 3 siblings, you have me, my sister, and my brother.
Second.
Do you think siblings kind of like encourage each other, or maybe they're like, oh, she's lifting more than me. Like, what can I do to get better? What can I do to get better than her?
You said it. You said it. You answered it right here. That was just a perfect answer for your own question. You see yourself already fighting. Nobody wants to be the weaker sibling. Nobody wants to be the second place sibling.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to beat that one, and that's the point of it. As long as you can keep that in just the weight room, but then just love each other and have fun with it afterwards, then yes. But once it becomes personal, then maybe we should recheck it. It's all about love. It's family-wise.
Yeah.
But I think sibling rivalry is absolutely amazing.
Yes, it is.
One thing Coach did love, he was waiting for
It's
him to join the
amazing.
team.
So
Very excited.
Let me ask you a question. Now being in it, do you wish you were here your freshman year?
yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do wish. I like, as someone who hasn't, I've only stuck to one sport and haven't experienced anything else, for someone to go in and then be welcome. It's such a welcome environment, because there's some sports out there that are more like pushed back not as welcome. To come in and just get the, hey, how are you doing? Or what did you do today? Or just getting a hug or just a smile, it's great. When I walk into that weight room, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm there with a family that I know I can trust and always be with. They welcome me all the time.
That's how every sport should be. Because a lot of the time, this is where you are a lot of the time during the day.
Yeah.
During the year. You're in school, you're around these people all the time. Why can't you guys be as best friends or a family. You know, this is where we grow. This is why we say, if you get a good group of people your freshman year, by the time your senior year comes around, you guys are inseparable. Best friends. You guys went through a lot of emotions, a lot of trips. You've grown from friends to family, and that's one of the best things about weightlifting that I think. Nobody goes in there and feels out of place. They might the first week or so, but I guarantee you that the team itself, not even the coaches, the team itself will change that and make you feel right at home. And that's what I absolutely love about it. This is why I love leaving my house every day to come to the school and to be with you guys. I love it.
All right, guys. So that's all we have. We're gonna go and head on to Coach Gambone.
Coach Gambone, FPC, Girls and Boys Weightlifting Assistant Coach.
Coach Gambone, how long have you been coaching weightlifting?
I've been coaching weightlifting since 2023. I started at Paxton School for Advanced Studies as the head girls weightlifting coach, and I came back here to come back to the school I lifted for and to coach with the coach I lifted under, Coach Ackstrom.
Nice. Do you have any past experience with weightlifting?
So I was a weightlifter here at FPC from 2014 to 2017. I wasn't all that great, but I learned a lot under Coach Ackstrom, and I really enjoyed lifting for him and lifting for the program. So I wanted to come back and coach for it again and be a part of something that's going to be great.
Yeah, nice. How does it make you feel to coach girls when you're a man?
I don't notice much of a difference, in all honesty. I think sometimes a lot gets made about the difference. I think coaching is coaching, more or less. I mean, there's differences between different sports, and obviously there's going to be different ways you approach certain situations, but overall, you can't really go wrong with just setting high expectations, high standards, holding everyone to the same standards and expectations, treating them all fairly, and you can coach largely the same way you can with girls and also with boys, but there may be some times where some situations come, but typically it's pretty much the same experience usually.
How do you think weightlifting can affect a person physically?
Well, I mean, aside from just making them stronger and a better athlete, and, you know, there's lots of new studies now about how lifting heavy weights, compound movements can improve joint function, bone density, is one of the best measures in terms of long-term health. More than that, I think the challenge of it, being able to go in there every single day, all year round, I mean, there's no real off-season when it comes to lifting weights, and to be able to constantly meet those high expectations and standards, but also to be able to understand that bad days are going to happen, and to overcome them constantly, I think can build a lot of character within a person, as well as mental toughness and fortitude.
Oh. How do you think the girls' season is going to go this year?
I think it's going to go very, very well. Currently, I mean, we looked at all the numbers we did over the past few weeks with some of the latest one rep maxes we got, and they look very, very good. The attitude seems to be there that it's time to win and win now and really start to bring the best we can, and looking forward to the first preseason meet down in Leesburg.
That's amazing. Do you believe that weightlifting team is a family or just a group of kids that want to play weightlifting?
I think it is like a family. I mean, the amount of time that we all spend with each other, pretty much year round, the way that we all uphold each other. I mean, every time someone's going, not even just lifting for a max, but just a very hard set, everybody's around them, encouraging them, pushing them on. We do a lot of team bonding activities. It is really like a family here. I mean, and I mean, you even see it with previous weightlifters that lifted 5, 10, even some 15 years ago that come back and judge meets and help out and constantly stay in touch with the program. I think it really is truly a special program here at this school.
Yeah. How does it make you feel when seniors graduate from weightlifting?
On one hand, it's sad to see them go. You know, you're going to miss them, and having them around every day is a presence in the weight room. But on the other hand, it's a great thing to see somebody complete high school and move on into going to wherever they want to go into the workforce, go to college. Some people now, I mean, it used to be a lot different when I lifted, but even now there's a lot more opportunities for organized weightlifting past high school and college at the college level. So I hope to start seeing some of our lifters that are going to graduate this year and beyond start to take that opportunity, because it really is a fun experience to play sports at the college level.
How do you think it makes the freshmen feel when they see higher classmen doing more weight?
So experiencing that before, and not too long ago, I can myself, it's initially intimidating to see somebody, I mean, not just, a heavyweight guy benching a lot of weight, but even lighter weight guys being able to do just seemingly astronomical weight, way over their body weight percentage. But and eventually, though, as a freshman, I think when you start to see just how much progress you make as a beginner, you start to really put into perspective, actually, that can be me one day. I can lift, I can clean and jerk, for instance, 250 pounds at a 169-pound body weight. It's a possibility. And then I also think when freshmen talk to some of these upperclassmen and they see and they hear from them where they were when they first came in, I think it really kind of puts it into perspective. And I think it eventually, for many of them, it makes them want to work even harder and really believe in the program to see just where someone can start at and to see where they can end up at.
Do you think you would do weightlifting yourself?
I still currently powerlift, and I still sometimes am doing the Olympic lifts, usually about once per week, mainly just to stay in shape and to just kind of hold myself accountable to working out 4 days a week, eating right, doing the right things. And we preach it as coaches, so I should practice it myself as well. And I think it can set an example for the rest of the lifters on the team.
How do you feel about the lower classmen coming in this year?
I'm honestly surprised the sheer numbers that we've gotten for this sport. I mean, I remember being a lifter myself, and we probably had in many years between girls and boys team combined 30, 35 lifters. I mean, last year we had about 50 combined. This year we're close to 100. I mean, we've almost doubled our numbers. And the kids coming in all seem to be very, very focused, very committed. A lot of them are really, really, really wanting to learn. They're constantly coming up and asking the coaches questions. They're constantly doing the right things. When we tell them to go home and work on something, they seem to be doing it. They seem to be improving and getting better every day. And it really is an encouraging group of underclassmen that are coming through, which is great because we're going to be graduating quite a number of guys, especially for the guys weightlifting team this year. And to see that we have people coming in that can maybe start to fill some shoes next year, it really is a great thing to see.
How do you think weightlifting feels to your teammates or lowerclassmen?
So I think it's so far, I think they really are enjoying it. I mean, not just in the weightlifting and practice, but even throughout school, kids in my class constantly talk about wanting to go to the gym and wanting to get stronger, and they'll constantly ask me about weightlifting and where they can join and how they want to go about it. I think there is a general interest now between a lot of younger kids in high school that want to actually get into weightlifting, whether it's because of people they follow on social media or whatnot, but it's encouraging to see kids wanting to get active and lift weights and try to start living a more healthy lifestyle than maybe they've been in the past few years. And it's really great. It's a really great thing to see.
Yeah. What do you think the standard is to get in weightlifting and stay in weightlifting?
So I think the standard really is all about wanting to constantly show up every single day, to be coachable and to strive for improvement. I don't think there is necessarily like you need to be able to do this certain amount of weight by this age or body weight. I think with this sport, it's all about the dedication. It's all about the commitment. If somebody commits and is dedicated and does the right things and does everything we ask them to do, they will improve and they will be a pretty good weightlifter. If we get people who don't do that, they kind of try to do their own thing, they treat it kind of like a place to hang out after school for an hour and a half, they're probably not going to last very long in the program.
Yeah.
But I think it's all about the commitment, it's all about the dedication, it's all about the willingness to do what is asked of you by the coaches and to do everything you can to improve yourself on a daily basis.
How do you think the outcome of the mock meet will be?
I think we're going to have a pretty good mock meet. As always, the mock meet, we will see some, especially the newer lifters, really, it is kind of like a deer in the headlight situation. It's why we do it, to really give them the experience finally of what meet's going to look like, So I'm sure there's going to be a few little mistakes here and there, but considering it's a mock meet, we can fix it and without minimal damage done to the team or in a real, like it would be during a real meet. But I largely have pretty high expectations for the mock meet. I think we're going to look pretty good. I think when other coaches, if they start to see some of the videos and numbers that are getting lifted, are going to really kind of have like a deer in headlights look about what it's going to look like when we lift against them later in the season. I think we're going to put up some pretty good numbers.
That's nice. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Next up is Miss Amanda.
Amanda Houselander, assistant coach of the boys and girls weightlifting team at FPC.
So what made you, first off, get into weightlifting or being an assistant coach for the school?
Yeah, great question. So I've been coaching CrossFit now for the past 5 years, and I've really, really enjoyed it. I grew up playing sports competitively, and I remember thinking back to my coaching, or well, my youth, to where I was being coached and how pivotal those people in my life were to me in my development as a young athlete, as a young woman, and I really enjoyed like that process. And not only that, but a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago, I left the job working with all girls, and I really enjoyed that connection that I was able to make when I was working with teenage girls, that it was just so fun being able to share like a sisterhood. And I knew that when the girls weightlifting coaching opportunity popped up, that it would be such a great way to kind of combine those two things for me, of working with young girls, help shape them, help celebrate the female experience while also getting strong, which is a huge part of my background as well.
That's good. How long have you been coaching for FPC?
This is my 3rd season.
All right, so since it's your 3rd season, how do you feel so far? You know,
I feel a lot more confident in my coaching. I feel like I am really getting to understand like Olympic weightlifting as a sport, because although I did not compete in Olympic weightlifting, I have a very decent understanding of the fundamentals and the background. But again, I came from a CrossFit background, which there is Olympic lifting in CrossFit, but it's much different than like what we do out on the platform.
Yeah.
So I had to familiarize myself with different rules and things like that I didn't have a background of. So I kind of threw myself into it. Coach Hagstrom gave me a shot, knowing what my background was. And I would say that I've learned a lot. And I think that any coach could probably attest to this, that coaching, the actual sport, is such a small percentage of what coaching actually is, right? It's managing the team, it's creating a good team culture, it's setting and enforcing standards that you want your players to be achieving on a daily basis. And that kind of can be the harder part. Like I can teach anyone how to snatch, but teaching team cohesion and making sure your athletes are on time to school, making sure they're doing their assignments, making sure that everything is okay at home, are they feeling okay, are they well fed, like that's such a much bigger part of the coaching picture that you don't always realize when you get into it.
Yeah. As coaching, like you said, you like having that bond with the teenager girls. Is this like also, do you also help with the boys too?
I do, and that was kind of like an unexpected surprise for me when I started coaching in October of 2023, and the seasons just kind of rolled into each other, and I didn't know I would be coaching the boys, but it just kind of made sense to stay because the 4 of us coaches, like we kind of became our own little family with our own little dynamics, and it didn't feel right to only coach the girls and not coach the boys. And it really created such a fun dynamic. The boys obviously have their own goofy energy, and they're really fun to coach as well. And I feel very grateful that they have accepted me as their coach, as a woman, as someone in their life to give them direction. I think, again, hats off to Coach Hagstrom for doing such a great job before I came around to ensure that I would be received, with grace, with respect. And I've really, really enjoyed coaching both. So it's fun, different energy, and it's so much fun.
That's good. So being as a female coach, because I know there is some reason to that, how does it feel to know that you are getting the respect you deserve as a female coach and as a female here, coaching with boys and girls?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So I think what helps me get the respect that I'm looking for is to not only give the respect that I expect in return, but to continuously treat each athlete the same and with equity, and making sure that I'm going around the weight room during practice and I'm asking how everyone's day is. I'm kind of giving high fives and fist bumps. I'm trying to check in with everybody as much as I can, and also recognizing who might need a little bit more love, who might need a little bit more TLC that day. Some athletes I think are a little bit better off kind of on their own. They don't need as much interaction to do just as well. And some students need that extra hug, that extra support, that extra cue. And kind of differentiating my affection, or my not respect, but affection to all of the students uniquely.
Yeah.
So although it might not be the same, it's equitable, if that makes sense. I might not be giving, you and your sister each the same thing, but it's what you need to be successful. It's what you need to be, seen and heard and appreciated.
That's good. So I know our season's about to start soon, 2 weeks, right?
So October 6th.
How does it feel getting into another season and with more girls?
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
That's good.
I'm excited to have the weight room all to ourselves because
Yeah.
it's been a little bit of a madhouse. Everyone's been handling themselves extremely well, honestly. For as chaotic as it has been in there, look, we've had no injuries. People are, I think, getting along for the most part, despite being like just elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it. I think we need more girls to come in and recognize how this sport can help shape them into better athletes, whether it's in a different sport or just even in weightlifting itself. I think people are starting to kind of catch the bug.
Yeah.
And I think that's super exciting because it never hurts to be strong. And the amount of discipline that weightlifting can teach a young person, I think, is invaluable. So I'm really, really excited about this season. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so excited for all of the new girls, the returning girls.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great season. As long as we keep training with intent and with purpose, I think we're going to see a lot of great things happen.
That's good. One last question. If someone here was asking, I want to join, but I'm too scared, or I don't know what I need, or can I do it? How would you encourage or have them join FPC weightlifting?
That's a great question. So I would say the same thing to them as I would say to someone that's interested in joining CrossFit that has the same hesitations, right? Like, oh, I'm not strong enough, or I'm not this, I'm not fit, I'm whatever, right? As long as you can get yourself through the doors of the weight room, you can participate, right? Leave the coaching to us, right? No matter what fear you might have, how much you think you may look when you're doing a lift, or if you feel like you can't pick up the bar, that's fine, because quite literally everyone has started somewhere, and we need to be the model of example for these young people that want to get strong. And I think that you guys as athletes are really setting that example for those that may be interested, and they're seeing, again, the team cohesion, the unity, just the pure fun that we're having, not only as a girls team and a boys team, but combined as one big weightlifting family, which I think is super unique to our sport. But again, I would tell them that get through the door and leave the coaching to us, and then I would remind all of our existing athletes to continue to be warm, welcoming, and kind, because everyone had a first day. And honestly, with this sport, the more the merrier, right? We don't have to make cuts. The only reason we do is if someone's not following through with their end as an athlete and as a student. But otherwise, if they're coming into the weight room every day and putting in that effort, right, they're gonna lift. And I think that's super special. So as long as they're willing to put in the hard work, as long as they're willing to show up on time and be coachable, come join. Yeah, don't feel scared. We are here to help. I love teaching. I love working with the new athletes. It's a great opportunity for me to practice my skills as a coach and make sure that my teaching is paying off once those athletes really start moving the weight.
That's good. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, I'm back with a vengeance, and I'm in it to win it. I'm going Popeye up in here. I muscle up with my spinach. Excuse my moment of rage. You let the beast out the cage. I'm like a fine wine, boy. I just get better with age. Only get stronger with time. I never crack under pressure. I'm here to give it my all.